Hey, Clint, can you take Dave Cannon back with you? Back here, he needs to do a mic.
Hey there. So, are you all filing or do you want me to
You got that little cord. Hey, Dana, can you give me that tiny little cord that's running right underneath your feet there?
This one?
Yep, thank you.
Okay.
This one?
Okay. No, I haven't.
Way here. Sorry.
We sitting there.
No, I don't have the test. There's a story version online. And I could do that before that, but I didn't have time to. No, okay. Are you able to get the live stream? So, okay. Yeah.
Mic check, mic check, mic check. Anyone need a white cell? Mic check, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Thanks. Which way?
Okay, sure. And it's still not on IM. I'm gonna have to get in touch with you by email or file stuff and get all this stuff.
6 months that size. It's not as high. It's got it figured out.
Channel 4? Who's channel 4?
Yes.
Can I adjust your mic a little bit? I need a little bit of room to have a speech sitting on the table here. Second. Does that work? Okay.
Use this to prop it up.
What's that?
This work to help prop him up. Just use my battery.
I still want to hit his. Just, he's all right.
Yeah.
Living up.
Yeah, it's still good. Yeah, just thought I'd prop it up for him.
Oh, absolutely. Put the battery underneath.
13, 28.
guys didn't leave me a lot of room for my notes. All right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Steve Freitas. I'm the sheriff here in Sonoma County. I'd like to make a brief statement, and then I'll take some questions. I also want to apologize in advance if I need some water, like maybe some of you. I'm struggling with the allergies right now. I'm pleased to announce today that the Sheriff's Office has made a major breakthrough in the investigation surrounding the murders of Jason Allen and Lindsay Cutshall that took place in August of 2004 in Jenner. Many of us will never forget when Sonoma County was rocked by the discovery of a young innocent couple found murdered on a secluded beach where they spent the night. Jason and Lindsay were just 26 and 22 years old at the time of their deaths. Jason from Michigan and Lindsay from Ohio were in California working at a Christian youth whitewater rafting camp in El Dorado County and were on a 3-day sightseeing trip to the Northern California coast. The Sheriff's Office has identified Sean Gallen, a 38-year-old resident of Forestville, as Jason and Lindsay's killer. Gallen was recently arrested for the murder of his brother in their Forestville home. Gallen is well known to Sheriff's Office investigators, and early on in the Jenner murder investigation, Gallen was a person of interest, and detectives never ruled him out as a possible suspect. Upon Gallen's arrest for the murder of his brother, Sheriff's Office detectives took another opportunity to talk to him about the murders in Jenner. Gallen made statements to the detectives with new information and additional investigative leads into the case. He had information about the killings that no other person could have known, and we have located evidence that corroborates his statement. Based on what detectives have been able to learn, we feel confident that we have Jason and Lindsay's killer in custody. Sheriff's Office detectives are continuing to follow up leads and are working hard to complete this investigation. We will be presenting our report to the District Attorney's Office in the near future. However, we are still encouraging anyone with information about this case or Sean Gallen to contact our detectives. For that reason, we are releasing a photo of Sean Gallen. Sergeant Crum has the picture for those of you who want it, and he will post it at the end of this press conference. I would like to take a moment to thank the other law enforcement agencies who assisted us on this investigation over the years: the Santa Rosa Police Department, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, California State Parks, and the California Department of Justice. Additionally, I want to thank the members of our community who came forward with information about this case over the years. I also want to thank the many men and women of the Sheriff's Office who have worked on this investigation. I'm grateful to the dozens of detectives from all of the Sheriff's Office investigative units who persistently and faithfully worked on this case for nearly 13 years. I wish I could name them all, but there are too many to list. I would like to acknowledge and thank the current investigative team: Lieutenant Tim Duke, Sergeant Shannon McIlvain, Lead Detective Joe Horseman, and detectives Jeff Toney, Jason Fowler, and Jesse Hanshoe. This case is further proof that the men and women of the Sheriff's Office will never give up protecting our community and seeking justice for crime victims. Most importantly, I want to thank the Cutshall and Allen families who have consistently been supportive and patient during this 13-year investigation. And the families have sent me a statement that they'd like me to read. And this is a statement for Jason's parents, Bob and Dolores Allen, and Lindsay's parents, Chris and Kathy Cutshall. We are extremely pleased that our children's murderer is in custody where he belongs. We praise the Lord for his capture, and we trust in the due process of the law. We would like to thank the heartfelt concern of the people of Jenner and Sonoma County. We have appreciated your support for this case throughout our 13-year ordeal. We are especially grateful to the Sonoma County Sheriff's Office for their tireless pursuit of Jason and Lindsay's killer. The strong support for us by former Sheriff Bill Cogbill and current Sheriff Steve Freitas has been outstanding, and the dedication of all the lieutenants, sergeants, detectives, and personnel at the Sheriff's Office throughout the years has totally amazed us. The combination of their humanity and professionalism would not allow them to give up on this case. And when we at times wondered if this day would ever come, the detectives in particular wouldn't allow us to lose hope. To all who have worked on this case over the years, we can't thank you enough. You are true heroes, and we thank God for you. Finally, and most importantly, we want to thank our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for sustaining us and our families throughout this long journey. We know that we have miles to go before the case is closed, but we also know the power and wonder of God's grace. Our prayers continue to be for the Sheriff's Office, for the families of the deputies who give them their undying support, and for all the dear folks in Sonoma County, and even for Sean Gallen, who heartlessly committed this senseless and wicked crime. I'm now willing to take a few questions. Hold on for 1 second, please. So I'm now willing to take a few questions, and while I want to be as transparent as possible, please understand that I don't want to jeopardize the continued investigation and prosecution of this case, so I will not be answering any questions that might disclose information that should be saved for the courtroom.
Two questions. You confirmed the spelling of Sean Gallen. And what reference did you take Mr. Gallen to talk about?
Okay. I have for the spelling of his name. Hopefully I can get there.
Sure, if I made an announcement, here's the briefcase. I will give you all the spelling after this number.
But I believe it's SHAUNGALLON.
Yes.
People are shaking their heads yes at me. Yes. And go with the second part of your question again, please.
My question was, how did you suddenly persuade him to talk? Did you make a deal on the second murder saying we're not going to prosecute at a certain level if you talk about the other case, or how did that go down?
No, I don't believe so. And the specifics of the statement and the leads that we're following up around the statement are things that we're going to have to keep to ourselves right now. That'll eventually come out in court.
Sheriff, what was the connection of Sean Gallen to the young couple, and what was the motive? Why did he allegedly kill them?
We don't know of any connection between Sean Gallen and Jason and Lindsay, and the motive is still something that we're working on today, verifying his statements and continuing to talk with him, and hopefully someday we'll be able to get the specific motive. So, Julie, go ahead, Julie.
Why was he initially a person of interest?
We received over 1,200 tips on this case over the years, and we had gotten information from people in the community about him, and we're following up on those things from the beginning.
What kind
Yes,
of information were they giving you about?
Those are details that I'd rather keep to us at this point as we go forward in the process. Yes, sir.
Can you say when he was arrested, sir?
This gentleman right here.
Does Gallen have a violent criminal history?
I'm forbidden by California law to release people's specific criminal history information, so I can't tell you that, but I assume that some of that will come out in court. Yes, sir.
When you say that there was no connection between the victims and Sean, are you implying that this was a completely random crime, that he stumbled upon them and committed the crime?
We believe it is a random crime, and we are confident that there was no connection between them, yes. Yes.
Sure.
Hi, good morning.
Handgun, rifle used to kill the couple.
Rifle.
Was that
Caliber? Caliber? What caliber? You have?
I do not recall the specific caliber. I apologize. I know that is something we released before, but right now I don't have that information.
Could you talk about
Go ahead.
Was that weapon found?
The weapon has not been found yet. That's something that we're continuing to look for.
Could you talk about the murder that he was arrested for, the other murder that
No,
he was
I'm here today to specifically talk about Jason Allen and Lindsay Cutshall in the Jenner case. For questions about the other murder that he's in custody for, I would refer you to Sergeant Crum, our PIO. Yes, sir.
Sheriff, can he be connected to that specific kind of beer that you guys mentioned years ago, and maybe some, my memory fades, carvings of wood on the beach? Is he connected to either of those pieces of potential evidence?
We're looking at all those possibilities and investigative leads as we go forward, but I can't answer specifically right now if he is or is not connected to that beer or those carvings that you refer to.
Did he have a connection to the beach where it happened? Did he have any connection to the beach where it happened?
That's one of the things that we're investigating right now. Yes, sir.
Now, can you say when he was arrested? When you took him into custody?
He was taken into custody, I believe, a few weeks ago related to the murder of his brother, but I don't have the exact day.
Was he a resident of Jenner at the time, or was he still in Forestville?
I don't believe he was a resident of Jenner, but I believe he was a resident of the West County area, either Forestville or west of there. Yes, Julie?
This has long been, this has been a long investigation for you guys, and it's not one that had no evidence because there were things, carvings, the beer bottle, the hat, and so forth at the scene. Can you talk about, share a little bit about not the secrets of the investigation, but the steps going forward, the steps going back, the roads blocked, the many years, the many different teams coming in and out?
Yeah, that may take a little bit, but this was a very secluded area to start with. I believe I was actually the sergeant in the violent crimes unit when this happened, and we got a call late in the afternoon. The bodies were actually discovered by the helicopter unit. They had flown by earlier in the day on a rescue and noticed people sleeping on the beach. And when they came back, they noticed they had not moved, and that was suspicious. So the helicopter actually landed and discovered this. From then on, it was, as you know, a massive response. I think at one point, every detective in the sheriff's office, which is at times is 40, 45 people, was working on this case. And as I mentioned earlier, we eventually received over 1,200 tips on this case and have worked, and tirelessly is the good word, I think, and never gave up to follow up on all those leads. Going forward, they're continuing to follow up on leads and information, trying to compare those things that you mentioned from the beginning to statements that are being made now, and that's going to take us a little bit to finish. As I mentioned, then we'll prepare that and give it to the district attorney.
Was he specifically arrested in these killings, or has he only been arrested in the brother's killing, and has he been charged in any of them yet?
He's in custody for the killing of his brother, and we'll be presenting our case to the district attorney in the near future, and then it will be up to the district attorney to determine the timeline or if charges are filed in this case. Do you have a question, sir?
Yeah, such a horrific crime, and you talked about the magnitude of the investigative unit, the entire sheriff's department. Personally, what are you feeling in your heart of hearts about this arrest, and how confident are you that this is your killer?
I'm confident in the work of my detectives, and so I am confident based on the things that they have told me and just my recollection of the things at the time. And I think we're all, the entire sheriff's office, I think there's a joy for the community. I mean, this shocked the community of Jenner. It was traumatic for them and for Sonoma County. So I think there's a lot of joy and happiness that there's been resolution, and of course for the families, to have them finally get resolution is important to us. We care about all crimes that we investigate, and especially the murders. This case, with how random it was, and these families, it's especially joyful to get to this point. I'm going to take one more, and then I need to go.
Any indication
Yes.
why this couple was targeted, why they were?
No, I don't at this time, but I'll take two since you both had your hand up at the same time as the photo finish. Go ahead.
Can you talk about what it was at the time that made him a person of interest?
No, I specifically can't, except for we did get information that pointed us in his direction. So I want to thank you all for coming today. Spencer is going to stay here to release the photo and maybe wrap up any loose ends for you. And I wish you all a very happy weekend. Thank you. Let's go out here and do that, okay?
No problem.
Could you stay right there for a second?
Are you gonna post that?
It's already
Yes.
on our Facebook site.
Okay, perfect.
Maybe I missed this, but the age of Sean Gallen, did you give that?
He's 38.
38.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, could you spell his name again?
Yeah, Sean, S-H-A-U-N. Gallon is G-A-L-L-O-N. We have Lindsay Cutshall, L-I-N-D-S-A-Y Cutshall, C-U-T-S-H-A-L-L. Jason, common spelling, Allen, A-L-L-E-N. We had some detectives mentioned, I believe. Joe Horseman. Horseman is H-O-R-S-M-A-N. Jesse, J-E-S-S-E, Hanshew, H-A-N-S-H-E-W. Shannon McIlvain, S-H-A-N-N-O-N. McIlvain is M-C-A-L-V-A-I-N. Detective Jeff Toney was mentioned. The last name is spelled T-O-N-E-Y. Jason Fowler. Jason is J-A-Y-S-O-N. Fowler is F-O-W-L-E-R. Any other name spellings that you guys need to get?
I'm sorry, it's S-H-A-W-N and then
S-H-A-U-N.
U-N, okay. And his brother's name that he was arrested
Seamus, yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other technical questions?
How was the brother killed?
He was shot with a rifle.
Was it a 45 Marlin?
No.
Okay.
What kind of rifle was it?
His rifle was listed as a .223 from my recollection.
This is in the brother's case?
The brother's case. We're talking about the Forestville case, which we were trying not to talk about today.
What's the, it's inevitable though, because he's now murdered 3 people.
Right.
Any motive in that established with the brother?
We've done articles on that. We've done press releases on that. Again, the motive was not well established, and that'll come out in the criminal case.
Was it possibly the same rifle used in both cases?
Was not. No, different calibers. Any other technical questions I can answer before we're done? Okay, thanks.
When are you giving your report to the DA's office?
It'll be soon. Detectives are still following up on a few leads, wrapping up reports, and I imagine it'll be within a few weeks.
So where is he right now? What facility?
He's in custody across the street here at Sonoma County Jail on a no bail hold.
I'm not finding the press release on Seamus Gowan's murder.
It's out there. I can get it to you if you give me a name and a card later on. I can email you the copy, or you can. It's on Nixle.
Just general, how long have you been with the Sheriff's Department, and how do you feel about the fact that it's taken 13 years to resolve a case like this?
I've been here since 1997, and I think everybody here at the Sheriff's Office was completely bothered by this case. We took it all to heart, and I think we're all excited to see some closure to this. Yeah. It's been a long time coming. I know a lot of people put a lot of effort into it, and I'm just proud of everybody who worked so hard to accomplish this.
I'm going to guess public pressure from time to time maybe have got to you. And
No, we put way more pressure on ourselves than the public ever could. Seriously, in a case like this, way more pressure on us by our own selves than the public ever could.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Anything else?
First name.
Spencer. Yeah. Okay, thanks for coming.